Hey Sonic.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Oh, brilliant. Right, I'm going to just go into the interview because I hate these niceties. So, let's start with you guys being lazy sods and not having done much this whole year here.
Well, yeah, we've been in the studio loads really this year, that's the excuse. So we've been in the studio solid for about 2 weeks, which means we've done nothing for 9 months gigging, so we are lazy.
Tell me about Iceland.
Well, that's one thing we do is we've probably played more in Reykjavik now than we have in Nottingham. Mainly we've got lots of mates out there and family and stuff, but it's also got quite a extreme club scene and stuff like that, and just ended up going there for Iceland Airways Festival, and this is the first year we've not been in 10 years, so but it's great, it's got a good scene and some amazing record shops.
Will you be returning next year?
Oh yeah.
Would you say you're more popular here or over in Iceland? Where does your particular brand of music fit best?
I think it's a bit of both. I mean, it's very different. Audiences tend to be a little bit more go for it in Reykjavik. Whether or not that's because we're a foreign band, but it seems to be British audiences a little bit more reserved. But Nottingham ones, on the other hand, are probably the least reserved British audiences I've ever been in front of.
So, for the Nottingham audience, how would you describe your music ahead of the November 30th gig? If they haven't come to see you before, what can we expect?
I would say if you're expecting some juicy electro funk, we're probably roughly the right ballpark, I reckon. We're kind of quite sleazy, quite old school. JC9000, who's the bass player, does some pretty sleazy dancing. Fortunately, Rescue Rooms is quite a drop from the stage, so hopefully he's not going to dive off in front of people. So.
And what's like the concept? Like obviously, you guys have this look, like it's kind of like sexual gimp fetish meets Mexican wrestler. So what's like the concept of that?
Concept, well, originally it was the masks and the tracksuits and the daywear. Came first before the music. So I don't quite know how that sort of managed to pop in there, but it was like, hey, let's wear all this shit. And then it was kind of, maybe we might write some music to go with it.
Yeah.
Which is probably where the music came about, of what music fits.
Yeah.
Basically.
Is it something to do with anonymity as well? Like, no one knows who you
a bit of that, but also it's kind of the moment you put a mask on, you just lose all your inhibitions, and we used to actually give masks out to audiences, and they just went crazy the moment they put them on.
What influences would you say you had on your music? Like, so we know what to expect.
There's probably sort of two sides. On the one side there's like Daft Punk,
yeah,
and on the other stuff it's like the sort of Frank Zappa end of the street, where it's sort of humour in music, but we're very much more is more kind of music. Well, on record, live there's just two of us, but in terms of on record there's everything in the kitchen sink and music, instrument.
Does the band name itself have any deeper meaning? I've asked you about the outfits, but Revenge of Calculon, does that mean anything?
Big fans of Futurama.
Fair enough.
Yeah, pretty much that really. It was just like, that sounds cool. Futurama. Good stuff. Great character.
So like, how long have you guys been together? Where did you meet? What made you want to form this band?
JC and I, we have been playing as Calculon since about 2014, 2015. We both used to be in other bands together for years, so it was just kind of like one band we're in, there were 7 of us, and going on tour with 7 people, getting on a flight to equipment, it's like, you know what, let's just take a guitar and a keyboard.
Baller.
Yeah, this is totally easier, let's just carry on doing it.
Oh, brilliant. Like, what's unique about your band? I mean, I feel like the outfits are probably pretty unique. Is there anything else?
I think the combination of the visuals and the, I like seeing, if I'm going to a show, I like to see a show rather than just hear some music sort of thing. So I think the energy, not particularly unique, but it's definitely one of our kind of things we try to be a party band.
So, do you have any new stuff coming out then? You've just said you've been in the studio for 2 weeks. Anything big to look out for? New singles?
We have got, we were going to bring out one single in January, but we decided we had done one single and we're like, oh, it's alright, we'll do that as a single. But then we were just mucking about and did another 2, and we're like, oh, you know what, let's just bring out 2 singles again, which is doing 2 releases at once. The double single, if you like. We did that last time when we did that at Rough Trade. So, and this one, funnily enough, this single as well is another one we've been collaborating with Motormouth on, and the last one was so good, it was just amazing. So I thought, let's do that again. So 2 will be coming out at the end of February.
And how do you package them?
Well, we took the financial suicide decision of only pressing onto 7-inch colour vinyl, which is great, but financially it's not a great idea. But now we'll have 6 of them. They perfectly fit inside one of these. So instead of a box set, you get a masked set. So basically, you come to the gig, buy the records, get the mask. At the start of the gig, get your mask on, get your freak on. Yeah.
And are we going to hear this new Motormouth single at the gig on the 30th?
Certainly are. It's going to be the debut of it. It's called Electrics. And I think it's probably going to be either the first track or the last track we play. Haven't quite decided on that yet.
And Motormouth is joining, is he not?
Yes.
So come and watch that. So I want to talk to you about the piece you did in The Guardian. What do you think we should do to increase the number of musicians with disabilities playing and diversify the music scene?
It's a tricky one because it's, on the one hand, you need to inspire people to do it, so they need to see somebody with disabilities on stage, a disabled musician on stage, to go, I can do that. Because otherwise you're kind of like, I don't see any disabled musicians, maybe it's something we can't do or shouldn't do even. So you need somebody up there to do it, to inspire people to do it. In the same way that the Paralympics in London, that just encouraged so many young athletes to keep going and see they can do it. So the more musicians we can get on stage, disabled musicians, the better. Unfortunately, there's venue issues of accessibility, there's touring is really difficult in terms of some people have difficulty getting on planes and things like that. So it's it's an important thing to do, but it's an uphill struggle, it's getting there.
Are there any organisations that are working on?
Yeah, I work closely with Attitude is Everything, who they mainly up until now have focused on access for deaf and disabled audiences to gigs. But over the last couple of years it's been more now pushing towards getting disabled musicians in there as well.
Brilliant. How would you say that your disabilities affected yourself personally, so in terms of accessibility to gigs? Has it meant that you can't, there's certain gigs that venues that you just can't play, etc.?
Well, I've only been disabled for about 10 years, so I was gigging musician before then, so it was a bit like, now I can't get in that rehearsal or that venue or this venue. In a lot of ways it's just made me more stupid and gung-ho, really, to my peril at some venues.
Do you really notice the change then?
It's one of those things, until it happens to you, you don't realise, you're like, that has got several steps, so I can't do that, But I mean, to begin with, I was like, I've got loads of people I know, carry up me up those downstairs, but now I'm a little bit more selective, because there's been a few drunken kind of, we've done a gig, I shouldn't have really tried to jump off stage there, and so I'm a little bit more cautious now, except when I'm in Reykjavik, because I sort of go a bit, lose my head, and yes, I will quite happily go on 3 flights of wet wooden fire escape in Reykjavik, whereas when I'm in the same mind over here,
Since you wrote that article, do you think there's been any positive change in the last year or so? Have you seen anything happen?
I think it's, I've certainly had a lot of people getting in touch with me and stuff like that. I've been recently having conversations with the organisers of Hopley Hustle about how we can make that better for next year. And yeah, there's been, you know, sort of after doing the Guardian article, I was then contacted by BBC 5 Live to do some stuff with them. And also I've done a few, with Attitude Is Everything, we've done a few music industry conferences and stuff. So the ball is rolling. It's just got to keep that momentum going.
How do you think Nottingham fares in all of this in terms of like, is it developing, is it getting better? Or is
I think it's getting slightly better. I mean, there's still a massive lack of awareness, but you know, the more people like myself out there doing it kind of highlights it. But also it's not down, shouldn't be down to disabled people to highlight it. So the more people we talk to, the more they could go, actually, I want to sort of really push for this. It's like, a lot of venues like Rough Trade have been really good. We've got a really good lift that they put in straight away. Although it was quite hard to find it, but you know, now I know it's there. It's great, and then Broadway's brilliant. You know, Contemporary's brilliant. This place has got a lift. You know, so there's a lot of places now that are really good. I mean, Metronome that's just opened recently, really brilliant for accessibility. So it's getting better.
Amazing, right, well I'm out of questions. Is there anything else you would like to say?
We are super excited about playing with 94 Gunships because we've known those dirty little scamps for quite a few years, so getting on the same stage, and hopefully we won't cause too much of a sweaty mess before they come on, which will be good. But strangely, the last time we played at Rescue Row, or last time me and JC and our other guys has played at Rescue Row was supporting Hazel O'Connor, so that's a bit of a drastic from an 80s pop diva to this. It's going to be great. But
you looking forward to it?
Absolutely. Very much so. It'll be our third gig, so we're all hyped up for getting out of the lazy streak.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me, and we'll see you on the 30th.